Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, insofar as it stands ready against the accidental and the unforeseen, and is not apt to fall. Dig within. Within is the wellspring of good, and it is always ready to bubble up, if you just dig. Take full account of what excellencies you possess, and in gratitude remember how you would hanker after them, if you had them not. A man must stand erect, not be kept erect by others. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. That which is really beautiful has no need of anything, not more than law, not more than truth, not more than benevolence or modesty. I was once a fortunate man, but at some point fortune abandoned me. But true good fortune is what you make for yourself. Good fortune, good character, good intentions, and good actions. When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. What we cannot bear removes us from life, what remains can be borne. All men are made one for another, either then teach them better or bear with them. Unhappy am I because this has happened to me, not so, but happy am I, though this has happened to me, because I continue free from pain, neither crushed by the present nor fearing the future. The blazing fire makes flames and brightness out of everything thrown into it. How ridiculous and unrealistic is the man who is astonished at anything that happens in life. All things of the body stream away like a river, all things of the mind are dreams and delusion, life is warfare, and a visit to a strange land, the only lasting fame is oblivion. Live out your life in truth and justice, tolerant of those who are neither true nor just. Death is a release from the impressions of the senses, and from desires that make us their puppets, and from the vagaries of the mind, and from the hard service of the flesh. For it is in your power to retire into yourself whenever you choose. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it. Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. Never esteem anything as of advantage to you that will make you break your word or lose your self-respect. Your days are numbered. Use them to throw open the windows of your soul to the sun. If you do not, the sun will soon set, and you with it. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. It is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. Perfect tranquility within consists in the good ordering of the mind, the realm of your own. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. If any man despises me, that is his problem. My only concern is not doing or saying anything deserving of contempt. Whatever anyone does or says, I must be emerald and keep my color. Humans have come into being for the sake of each other, so either teach them, or learn to bear them. Do what you will. Even if you tear yourself apart, Most people will continue doing the same things. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death stands at your elbow. Be good for something while you live and it is in your power. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? Regain your senses, call yourself back, and once again wake up. Now that you realize that only dreams were troubling you, view this reality as you view your dreams. Whoever does wrong, wrongs himself. Whoever does injustice, does it to himself, making himself evil. It never ceases to amaze me, we all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them. And it is in your power to wipe out the judgment now. Observe always that everything is the result of change, and get used to thinking that there is nothing nature loves so well as to change. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. When you rise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. I have often wondered how it is that every man loves himself more than all the rest of men, but yet sets less value on his own opinion of himself than on the opinion of others. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Very little is needed to make a happy life, it is all within yourself in your way of thinking. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Here is a rule to remember in future: when anything tempts you to feel bitter, not this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. Look well into thyself, there is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks, but only at what he does himself, to make it just and holy. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now, take what's left and live it properly. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Perfection of character is this: to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense.